The first manuscripts of the Dead Sea Scrolls were discovered in Qumran in 1947.
Came back the next day, climbed into the cave, and what did they find?
We wanted to examine the possibility that the remains of King David's palace are here.
Throughout history, groundbreaking discoveries have given us a glimpse into the ancient world of the Bible. These findings have opened doors to our past, showing us the lives and beliefs of early civilizations. Each artifact tells a unique story, from the Dead Sea Scrolls to the Tel Dan Inscription. How did these treasures change our understanding of history and faith? Join us as we discover what these terrifying objects tell us about how people lived in biblical times. The ancient scrolls that changed everything. The Dead Sea Scrolls are ancient documents found between 1947 and 1956 in 11 caves near Qumran, close to the Dead Sea. These ancient texts are very important for understanding history, religious developments, and languages of the past. They contain the oldest copies of the Hebrew Bible and other writings that help us understand that time's religious customs and beliefs. The first discovery of these scrolls was made by a young shepherd named Muhammad Edib. He was looking for one of his lost goats and stumbled upon a cave. Inside the cave, he found jars holding these old scrolls. These scrolls turned out to be ancient Jewish writings from as early as the 3rd century BCE to the 1st century CE. This accidental discovery caught the attention of many researchers and led to further exploration of the surrounding areas. These scrolls were written in 3 different languages: Hebrew, Aramaic, and Greek, and were written on materials such as parchment, papyrus, and copper. They include religious texts that are part of the Bible, as well as other writings that were not included in the standard texts, providing key insights into the religious traditions and history of the Jewish people. The biblical writings within these scrolls are especially valuable because they are among the oldest known copies of the Hebrew Bible. This allows historians and scholars to trace how the texts were handed down across generations. The scrolls include sections from almost every book of the Hebrew Bible, with the exception of the Book of Esther. These sections are well preserved and show notable differences from the Masoretic text, which is the traditional Hebrew version of the Jewish Bible. Analyzing these differences helps scholars understand how the text of the Bible was maintained and modified over time. Apart from the biblical texts, the Dead Sea Scrolls contain a variety of other writings that shed light on the religious and social practices of the Jewish community at Qumran. These include hymns, prayers, commentaries on religious texts, and legal documents. The texts that deal with specific religious sects provide a view into the beliefs and daily practices of the community during the Second Temple period, a time of great religious activity and development. Historians believe that the Qumran community consisted of Essenes, a Jewish religious group known for their strict religious observance and communal lifestyle. Ancient historians like Josephus and Philo mention the Essenes, and the scrolls offer a direct glimpse into their community life, which was marked by a strict adherence to religious purity, shared living, and an emphasis on religious study. Among the notable religious texts found in the Dead Sea Scrolls is the Community Rule, also known as the Manual of Discipline. This document outlines the regulations for community life, including how new members are admitted and how members should behave. It provides a detailed picture of the community's structure and ethical standards. Another significant text is the War Scroll, which depicts an ultimate battle between the forces of good and evil. This document reflects the community's beliefs about the end of the world and their expectations of a final divine battle. The War Scroll is recognized for its detailed portrayal of this conflict and the strategies for battle. The Hodayot, or Thanksgiving hymns, represent another important set of texts. These are poems that express thanks and praise to God. They show the deep religious feelings of the community and provide insight into their spiritual life. The discovery of the Dead Sea Scrolls has greatly impacted the study of early Judaism and the beginnings of Christianity by revealing the variety of religious thoughts and practices during that era. They also help to understand the early stages of Jewish and Christian beliefs and the context in which these religions were developing. Furthermore, the scrolls have significantly contributed to our understanding of the Hebrew language and its evolution. They also contain examples of Aramaic and Greek, helping to paint a fuller picture of the languages spoken during that time. The interdisciplinary efforts in archaeology, paleography, and textual criticism have been crucial in studying these texts. Archaeologists have uncovered not just the texts, but also the living sites near Qumran, providing insights into the daily lives of the community. Paleographers have studied the styles of writing to determine the age and origins of the scrolls, while textual critics have compared the scrolls to other ancient manuscripts to explore variations in the texts and attempt to reconstruct the original writings. Preserving the fragile scrolls has involved advanced technology, including digital imaging and multispectral analysis, allowing scholars to study the texts without damaging them. These efforts ensure that the scrolls are maintained for future generations to study and learn from. Scholars from around the world are involved in the ongoing publication and analysis of the Dead Sea Scrolls, which has resulted in detailed editions of the scrolls being made available. These include translations and scholarly commentary, helping to broaden our understanding of these ancient texts. The Dead Sea Scrolls have not only been a focus for scholars, but have also captured the public's imagination. They have been featured in numerous exhibitions, documentaries, and books, linking modern people to their ancient past and providing a window into the religious and cultural world of the Second Temple period. As research on the Dead Sea Scrolls continues, it is expected that new discoveries and insights will continue to enrich our understanding of ancient texts and the origins of religious traditions. These scrolls are an invaluable resource for exploring the ancient world and contribute to the ongoing human quest for knowledge and connection with our historical roots. With the Dead Sea Scrolls unveiling ancient texts, the Tel Dan Inscription brings new evidence of biblical histories. 9th century stone names David's dynasty. The Tel Dan Inscription is an ancient artifact found during archaeological digs in 1993 and 1994 at Tel Dan, located in northern Israel. This significant piece is carved onto a stone made of basalt and dates back to the 9th century BCE. Its historical importance is emphasized by its mention of the House of David, which supports the real-life existence of King David and his family's rule as outlined in the Hebrew Bible. The artifact was discovered in 3 pieces, forming a section of a larger monument known as a stele. This stele was initially set up by an Aramean king, probably Hazael from Damascus, who recorded his victories over the kingdoms of Israel and Judah on it. The text is in Aramaic, the language spoken by the Arameans at that time, detailing Hazael's defeat of the rulers of Israel and the House of David. This points out the ongoing conflicts among these neighboring regions during that era. One of the key reasons this discovery is so important is that it provides the earliest non-religious mention of the House of David, offering solid proof of the historical presence of David's dynasty, which is mentioned in the Hebrew Bible. This find has crucial implications for understanding biblical history and confirming the narratives described in religious texts. The phrase within the inscription that refers to the House of David reads, "I Ram, son of King of Israel, and I Ayahu, son of the House of David." This part of the inscription is particularly significant for scholars, as it supports the existence of a lineage related to King David, a central character in biblical traditions. The historical setting of the inscription is also significant. In the 9th century BCE, the kingdoms of Israel and Judah frequently interacted with their neighbors, including Aram Damascus, in both peaceful and hostile ways. The Tel Dan Inscription offers a glimpse into these military and political tensions, enriching our understanding of the relationships between these ancient kingdoms. The language and script in which the Tel Dan Inscription is written have been extensively analyzed to gain a deeper understanding of the Aramaic language and its historical development. The inscription uses the Old Aramaic script, prevalent in the region at the time, and closely related to the Phoenician script, which influenced many alphabetic writing systems in the ancient Near East. Since its discovery, the Tel Dan inscription has ignited debates among scholars about how to interpret it and its broader impacts. While some have challenged the reference to the House of David as possibly being something else, a majority of experts believe the inscription does indeed refer to David's dynasty, marking it as a valuable piece of historical evidence. The artifact is currently housed at the Israel Museum in Jerusalem, where it serves as a focal point for ongoing academic studies and is featured in numerous scholarly articles and books. The importance of the inscription goes beyond just its historical and linguistic value. It also provides insights into the political and cultural dynamics of the ancient Near East. In addition to its historical significance, the context of the Tel Dan inscription helps illuminate the broader historical landscape of the 9th century BCE. During this period, the kingdoms of Israel and Judah were becoming prominent regional powers. Their dealings with neighboring entities like Aram Damascus were key in shaping the regional political and military landscape. Archaeological discoveries at Tel Dan and nearby sites offer more context for understanding the inscription. Excavations have uncovered a developed urban center with strong fortifications and public buildings, indicating that Tel Dan was a significant city in the northern kingdom of Israel, strategically located near the borders with Aram Damascus. The inscription's mentions of specific kings, such as Jehoram and Ahaziah of Israel and Judah, help confirm and add detail to the biblical stories, providing independent evidence of their reigns and the political happenings of their times. Moreover, the Tel Dan inscription sheds light on the cultural and religious aspects of the era. The acknowledgement of the House of David by neighboring states suggests its importance not only in political and cultural realms, but also in religious traditions of the time. Overall, the Tel Dan inscription is a crucial artifact that enhances our knowledge of the historical, cultural, and linguistic aspects of the ancient Near East. It remains a subject of active research and scholarly debate, contributing to our growing understanding of ancient history and the evolution of early writing systems. The continued examination of the inscription highlights the collaborative nature of archaeological research and underscores the importance of preserving such artifacts for future exploration and understanding. Just as the Tel Dan inscription confirms old lineages, the Mesha Stele tells the story of the Moabites' fight for freedom from Israelite control. King Mesha's story in stone writing. The Mesha Stele, also known as the Moabite stone, is a notable historical find from 1868 in Dibon, Jordan. This dark-colored basalt stone dates back to the 9th century BCE and carries an inscription by King Mesha of Moab, providing deep insights into the history and culture of the ancient Near East. The text on the Mesha Stele is in Moabite, a language very similar to Hebrew, and contains 34 lines. It details King Mesha's military actions and his struggle to release Moab from the control of the Israelites. The inscription begins with Mesha introducing himself as the son of Chemosh, the main god of Moab, and explains how Chemosh supported his military actions. An essential aspect of the Mesha Stele is the historical information it provides. It tells us about the relationship between Moab and Israel during the 9th century BCE. The Hebrew Bible mentions that the Moabites were under the control of the Israelites during King Omri's reign. The Stele confirms this, but also celebrates Mesha's successful revolt against Israel, marking the liberation of Moab and the reconstruction of its cities. The Stele's text in detail recounts Mesha's military victories, his reclaiming of towns like Nebo and Horonaim from the Israelites, and his building projects, including constructing water reservoirs and strengthening urban defenses. These achievements are credited to the blessings of Chemosh, highlighting the religious beliefs of the Moabites. The Mesha Stele is a crucial document for understanding the political environment of the ancient Near East, providing a viewpoint from a Moabite king, which contrasts with the Israelite-centric narratives found in the Hebrew Bible. It describes the rivalries and confrontations between neighboring states, showing the complex relationships that shaped the region's history. The finding of the Mesha Stele had a significant impact on biblical archaeology and the study of ancient Semitic languages. It provided one of the earliest examples of alphabetic writing in the region and aids scholars in comparing ancient languages and cultures. After its discovery by missionary Frederick Augustus Klein, the stele's path included being broken into pieces by local Bedouins who recognized its value and intended to sell the fragments separately. Most pieces were eventually gathered and pieced back together. The restored stele is now displayed in the Louvre Museum in Paris. Continuing research and examination of the Mesha Stele are still uncovering deeper insights into the history, religion, and culture of ancient Moab. The text narrates historical events and shows religious dedication, providing a distinctive look into the 9th century BCE. The role of the deity Chemosh in Mesha's victories is a prominent theme in the stele, indicating the importance of divine support in Moabites' political and military strategies. This religious aspect enhances our understanding of Moabite society and its values. The practice of monumental inscriptions, as seen in the Mesha Stele, served as royal propaganda. King Mesha aimed to immortalize his reign and validate his rule by recording his achievements on a durable stone monument. This was a common practice in the ancient Near East, serving both as historical records and as tools for reinforcing royal authority. The inscription also provides critical information about the geography of ancient Moab, mentioning various towns and regions that helped archaeologists and historians reconstruct the ancient landscape and understand the strategic decisions of Moabite rulers. In addition to its historical and linguistic significance, the Mesha Stele is vital for studying ancient religion, with references to Chemosh and other deities illuminating Moabite religious practices and beliefs. This complements other archaeological and textual evidence, providing a more comprehensive picture of the region's religious landscape. The inscription's use of a formal, elevated language typical of royal inscriptions, employing parallelism and repetition for emphasis, reflects ancient Near Eastern literary traditions and offers insights into the literary practices of the time. By comparing Mesha Stele's account with other historical sources, scholars can form a more nuanced understanding of the ancient Near East's political dynamics, clarifying the interactions between the Israelites and Moabites. Advances in digital imaging and 3D modeling have enabled a more detailed examination of the stele, revealing new features and enhancing our understanding of its text. The Mesha Stele remains a testament to the richness of ancient Near Eastern history, offering a unique perspective on the challenges and achievements of a Moabite king and enriching our knowledge of the region's past. Moreover, the stele illustrates the interconnectedness of ancient Near Eastern states, with the dynamics between Moab and Israel highlighting the complex web of alliances and conflicts that influenced regional developments. For educators and students of ancient history, the Mesha Stele serves as a direct connection to the past, enriching our understanding of ancient political, religious, and social complexities. While the Mesha Stele shares Moabite victories, the Lachish letters show the urgent messages of Judah's soldiers facing Babylonian attack. Lachish letters reveal Babylonian threat. The Lachish letters, also called the Lachish Ostraka, are ancient Hebrew writings found in the remnants of Lachish, now in Israel. These inscriptions date from around the late 7th century BCE, specifically during the period when Babylon besieged Lachish, shortly before Jerusalem was captured in 586 BCE. The writings, etched on pottery fragments, a typical writing medium of that era, offer a unique window into people's lives in the Kingdom of Judah at a critical historical moment. Discovered in 1935 by British archaeologist J.L. Starkey during an excavation at Tel Lachish, these letters are among the most notable findings from that site. Lachish was a key city in the Kingdom of Judah, and the discovery of the letters provided first-hand written accounts from just before the Babylonian conquest. This added immense value to historical studies of the period. The letters primarily consist of communications between military officials, shedding light on Judah's situation as the threat from the Babylonian military grew. Written in ancient Hebrew, the letters articulate the worries and day-to-day operations of the era. They are key to understanding the military and administrative frameworks of the Kingdom of Judah at that time. One of the most well-known letters is Letter 4. In it, an officer named Hoshea asks his superior for help. He describes the dire military conditions and his concern over the absence of fire signals from neighboring towns, a sign that they might have been captured by the Babylonians. This letter captures the urgent atmosphere and fear among the city's defenders as the enemy approached. Another significant letter, Letter 6, references a prophet whom some researchers suggest could be Jeremiah. This letter discusses the betrayal by some individuals within the city, illustrating the intense political strain and the difficulty Judahite leaders faced in keeping the city unified and under control. The script and language of the Lachish letters have been extensively analyzed. They are written in Paleo-Hebrew script, an early form of the Hebrew alphabet used in Judah during the First Temple period. These inscriptions are crucial for understanding the development of the Hebrew language and offer insights into its early forms. The letters also enrich our knowledge of the historical backdrop of the late 7th century BCE. References to military actions, fire signals, and specific individuals and locations provide detailed information about the events leading to the Babylonian conquest. Such details aid historians in piecing together the events and strategies of the Judahite defenders and the Babylonian attackers. Additionally, the letters reveal much about the social and administrative structures of Judahite society. The correspondence between military officials shows a well-organized military hierarchy and communication strategies for managing defense efforts. The concerns about needing more supplies and backup reflected the logistical challenges that the defenders faced. Archaeological findings from Lachish, including the ruins of fortifications and buildings, further contextualize the letters. The city was heavily fortified, indicating its strategic importance in the defense of the Kingdom of Judah. The letters' discovery within these ruins highlights Lachish's central role in military planning. Currently, the Lachish letters are preserved in various museums and institutions where they are studied and displayed. They have been the focus of numerous scholarly articles and exhibitions that underline their historical and cultural importance. Research on these letters remains a key field for historians, linguists, and archaeologists. Moreover, the letters help us understand the broader historical and geopolitical landscape of the ancient Near East. They illustrate the interactions between the Kingdom of Judah and the Babylonian Empire, offering insights into the power struggles and conflicts of that period. The capture of Lachish and the later destruction of Jerusalem were crucial events in the region's history, and the Lachish letters provide first-hand insights into the build-up to these pivotal moments. The Lachish letters not only hold historical and linguistic significance, but also cast light on the cultural and religious aspects of Judahite society. These ancient texts mention prophets and religious customs, offering insights into the spiritual lives of the people during this era. Such references are crucial for scholars to comprehend how deeply religion was woven into the fabric of society, influencing both personal actions and leadership decisions. These inscriptions have made a significant mark on the field of archaeology, especially concerning studies related to ancient Israel. Recognized as one of the pivotal discoveries from this period, the Lachish letters have greatly expanded our understanding of the late First Temple period. They serve as a rare and invaluable source of direct written data from an era marked by significant turmoil and transformation, shedding light on the socio-political dynamics and the daily lives of the people. The continuous research into the Lachish letters employs state-of-the-art technologies and methodologies. Techniques such as high-resolution imaging and digital reconstruction play a pivotal role in analyzing the inscriptions more closely. These advancements in technology enable scholars to delve deeper into the texts, revealing details and subtleties that were previously overlooked, and thus broadening our understanding of their content and context. the letters remain a focal point of interest both within academic circles and the general public. They provide a real and tangible link to the past, bringing to life the experiences of those who lived during a critical juncture in the history of the Kingdom of Judah. These documents recount historical events and reflect the human emotions and resilience of individuals confronting the adversities of their time. As archaeological techniques evolve and new findings come to light, the Lachish letters retain their relevance and importance in the academic study of ancient civilizations. They lay a solid groundwork for further research, continually contributing to the broader narrative of ancient Judah's history and culture. These letters act as a key resource, affirming the lasting legacy of the era's people and events, and enriching our comprehension of historical complexities. Furthermore, the Lachish letters underscore the vital role that written records play in preserving historical narratives. They provide direct access to the thoughts, worries, and activities of people from long ago, serving as a bridge to the distant past. The ongoing preservation and examination of these letters not only safeguard their invaluable insights for future scholarly inquiry, but also inspire and educate future generations about the depth and richness of ancient history. These remarkable inscriptions offer profound insights into a pivotal moment in the history of the Kingdom of Judah, enhancing our understanding of its culture, politics, and society. Through continued study and preservation, the Lachish letters help us appreciate the nuances of ancient societies, highlighting the interconnectedness of historical events, cultural practices, and religious beliefs. As we uncover more from these ancient texts, they continue to illuminate the complexities of human history and the enduring impact of our collective past. As the Lachish letters describe a city under siege, the Pilate stone connects a Roman governor to the trial of a key historical figure. Pilate stone links Bible to history. The Pilate stone is a key archaeological find that was uncovered in 1961 at Caesarea Maritima, an ancient city on Israel's coast. This block of limestone has an inscription that acknowledges Pontius Pilate, the Roman official in charge of Judea from 26 to 36 CE. The stone marks the first concrete proof of Pilate's existence and confirms his administrative position in Judea, aligning with old writings descriptions. The Latin inscription on the Pilate stone states, Tiberium, Pontius Pilatus, Praefectus Iudae. This can be interpreted as, to the divine Augusti Tiberium, Pontius Pilate, prefect of Judea. This indicates that the Pilate dedicated a structure or building to honor Tiberius, the Roman emperor, from 14 to 37 CE. Pontius Pilate is widely recognized for his role in the trial and execution of Jesus of Nazareth, detailed in the New Testament of the Christian Bible. Pilate oversaw Jesus' trial and was responsible for ordering his execution, a pivotal moment in Christian theology, marking Pilate as a notable figure in history. Italian archaeologist Antonio Frova led the excavation team that discovered the Pilate stone. It was found being used in a Roman theater's steps in Caesarea Maritima, indicating it might have been part of another building earlier. This find offered solid evidence connecting Pilate to both historical and biblical records. Caesarea Maritima, the discovery site, was a major port city established by Herod the Great in the late 1st century BCE. It was the administrative center for Judea under Roman rule, and a critical site for trade and governance. The Pilate stone's presence here highlights the city's significance and its role in Roman administrative operations. The term prefect on the Pilate stone describes Pilate's role as a Roman governor, confirming historical records from Jewish historian Flavius Josephus and Roman historian Tacitus, who also referred to Pilate as Judea's governor. This inscription directly connects to these historians' writings. The uncovering of the Pilate stone has greatly impacted the study of the New Testament's historical setting. Before this discovery, most knowledge about Pilate came from texts. The stone has provided a physical link to Pilate, boosting the historical reliability of the texts where he is mentioned, crucial for biblical scholars and historians of that era. Furthermore, the stone illuminates the dynamics between Roman officials and the local Judean populace. Pilate's dedication of the Tiberium was likely an act to show allegiance to Rome and its emperor, signifying Roman authority in the area. The stone exemplifies Roman inscription practices, used to record buildings, events, and people. The Latin language used signifies Roman administrative communication, while the dedication to Emperor Tiberius demonstrates the custom of honoring emperors with public works and inscriptions. Currently housed in the Israel Museum in Jerusalem, the Pilate stone continues to be a significant focus for archaeological and historical studies. It provides insights into Roman governance in Judea and the broader historical backdrop of the New Testament. Moreover, the stone enhances discussions on the historical validity of biblical narratives by providing physical evidence of a figure mentioned in the New Testament. This supports the notion that these texts reflect actual historical events and figures, a vital aspect for scholars examining the historical foundations of religious traditions. The Pilate stone's importance extends beyond its inscription to its wider historical and cultural implications. It offers insights into Roman Judea, showcasing how Roman officials managed and influenced local societies. The formal dedication to the emperor seen in the inscription exemplifies how Roman leaders asserted their influence and managed their provinces. Lastly, the archaeological setting of Caesarea Maritima, where the stone was discovered, enriches our understanding of the period. The city's remains, including a theater, aqueduct, and other structures, demonstrate Roman architectural and urban planning prowess. The Pilate stone's location among these ruins emphasizes the city's role as a hub of Roman administration and cultural activity. The study of the Pilate stone has expanded our understanding of Pontius Pilate's career and his methods of governance in Judea. Historical records portray Pilate as a leader who encountered numerous challenges in maintaining stability in the region. His decision to engage in public projects, such as dedicating the Tiberium to honor the emperor, likely served multiple purposes. It was a way to show respect to the emperor, but also potentially a strategy to gain favor with higher Roman authorities. Such actions are typical of Roman governors who aim to demonstrate their loyalty and commitment to the Roman state through public displays and construction. Advancements in archaeological and epigraphic techniques fuel ongoing interest in the Pilate stone, enabling experts to examine the artifact more closely. By using newer methods, scholars have been able to extract more detailed information from the stone's inscription and better understand the historical and social context of its creation. This continuous research helps deepen the historical knowledge of that era and the key figures involved. The Pilate stone is an exceptional relic that serves as a concrete connection between written records and physical evidence from the past. It provides a direct association to Pontius Pilate, a central figure in Judea's governance and the Roman Empire's narrative. The insights gained from the stone's inscription shed light on the political, cultural, and religious dynamics of the time, offering a more comprehensive view of the historical backdrop of the New Testament and Roman rule in Judea. As studies on the Pilate stone progress, they are likely to produce new discoveries and interpretations that may reshape our understanding of the period. The artifact not only holds immense historical value, but also continues to inspire and inform future scholars and historians. The Pilate stone underscores the critical role of archaeology in exploring our past and enriching our comprehension of history. The impact of the Pilate stone on the field of archaeology and ancient historical studies has been profound. It has underscored the importance of archaeological finds in supporting and verifying historical texts. By providing a physical link to Pontius Pilate, a figure prominently mentioned in the New Testament, the stone has become a central piece for academic study and discourse. Its inscription is a critical piece of evidence for researchers examining that historical era. The Pilate stone offers valuable insights into the dynamics of Roman Judea, highlighting how Roman officials interacted with local populations and managed their provinces. The practices observed, such as engaging in significant public works to show allegiance to the emperor, reflect broader political and cultural practices of the time. Through its dedication to Emperor Tiberius, The stone illustrates how such acts were integrated into the strategies of Roman governors to secure their positions and demonstrate their loyalty to Rome. Moreover, the stone not only informs about high-level political maneuvers, but also about the everyday workings of Roman governance and its impact on local societies. By understanding the specifics of Pilate's rule, including his strategies for managing Judea's diverse and often fractious population, scholars can gain deeper insights into the complexities of Roman provincial administration. Could these biblical discoveries be authentic historical records, or are they simply ancient myths with no real basis? Share your thoughts in the comments, and don't forget to like and subscribe for more fascinating insights into the world of ancient history and archaeology.